Also, with merely 55 signs, it makes no use of ideograms to supplement syllabic content. Masson notes the relative exuberance and lack of symmetry of Linear B, with two distinct series of signs for dentals, its labio-velar series, its complex signs for noir, pater, and other clusters, and its doublets, such as Ra, Ra2, Ra3. What keeps many skeptics specially skeptical is the laxity of the spelling rules assumed by Ventris for Linear B. Even the faithful Schackemeier repeatedly deplores them. OP Cite 53, Die so peinlich mechanisch Orthography 56, Der äußerst hinderlichen Orthographie, page 66. He has noch einig Bedenken, by reason especially of the orthography, which from our point of view is ein grotesque, page 67. Among the troublesome rules of the Ventrisian orthography are the following. Linear B does not discriminate between beta, phi, or p, nor between gamma, kappa, and chi, nor between lambda and rho, though there are numerous homophone or doublet signs for the lambda/rho series. Before consonants, lambda, mu, nu, rho, and sigma disappear in writing. Particularly disturbing is the non-expression of nu, sigma, rho, and diphthongal iota in terminal inflections. Thus, kako can stand for kakos, kakos, kakon, kakon, kakoi, kakoi, kakos, and also for kalkos, kalko, kalkoi, etc. Ako can stand for ago, arko, agos, agoi, argos, algos, askos, angos, anko, agon, etc. Final to can stand for to, tor, thos, sto, tos, ntos, ton, nton, thon, tor, nthos, thorn, etc. Skeptics find ground for further suspicion in the fact that Ventris claimed to have used evidence of inflections for the construction of his grid, and yet his spelling rules abolish most of the characteristic Greek inflections of nouns, the commonest grammatical class of words in the text as he claimed to interpret them. About the non-expression of diphthongal iota, Levine states, page 185, the alleged omission of the second vowel of the diphthong is a fictitious rule set by Ventris to facilitate the manipulation of his decipherment. American academics will appreciate better than I do Levine's further comment, page 238. If the missing sounds are simply to be supplied wherever convenient, it is like playing poker with deuces wild. He thinks that, by assuming omission of post-nuclear sounds, Ventris opened the door to self-deception, page 239. The laxity of Ventris's spelling rules and the ambiguity of the results of their application are, I think, the main sources of skepticism for most Greek scholars today. I quoted Denise Page on the fact that 75% of the sign groups on extant tablets are thought by Ventris and Chadwick to be names of persons or places, and the further fact that the ambiguity inherent in the spelling system obscures all distinction between antiphos and artipos, between hagatas and akastas. Consider how useless and indeed dangerous this might make the system in practice. Take the sign group transcribed by Ventris as e, u, po, ro. Under his rules, this could stand for euporos, euphoros, euboros, eupolos, eusporos, etc. Now suppose King Nestor at Pylos to wake up some morning with a sore head, after plying the famous wine cup of Nestor into the wee sma hours aoint the twile, of which Burns writes. Nestor summons a flunky to fetch a secretary, and then dictates an order for the hanging of Eusporos. The scribe writes down the syllabic signs e u po ro on a slip of clay, which is then sent off to the police department of Puro, Pylos. A police official reads the name e u po ro and proceeds to get out a halter and hang Eupolos. A day or two later, Nestor wants Eupolos to be invited to lunch, and is sorry to learn that Eupolos has been hanged, by a very excusable mistake, instead of Eusporos. Nestor in his wisdom then exclaims, "Damn this linear B, it's a menace." Again, gentle reader, pray perpend the syllable groups, reference number DY401, that run ama wiru ke ka no toroya ki pi ri mu apori. Here we have two specimens of the labiovelas, the syllables with k discovered by Ventris, to the astonishment of philologists, who had not expected to find them in Bronze Age Greek. Ke is, of course, equivalent to the Latin que, Greek te, while ki doubtless here shows the development to a voice dental noted by Ventris and Chadwick in their Mycenaean vocabulary, SV ke, ki, no, me, no. Docs, page 406, cf. page 341. The Greek evaluation of the sentence would be, according to Ventris' spelling rules, halmai wiluite kainos tholoai diphilimus apolis, with brine and slime in novel fashion at Tholoia, the place of Tholoi, beehive tombs. Diphilimus is cityless. No doubt this is a record relating to a Bronze Age tidal wave. It is by coincidence that the acumen of Mr. Michael C. Stokes, the Edinburgh authority on ancient philosophy, has extracted the Virgilian hexameter ama eurumque cano Troiae qui primus ab oris. Notes that in this sentence one need assume only two of the 6 words to be names of persons or places, whereas in the Lin B material as a whole, 75% of the sign groups have to be on Ventris' system evaluated as names of persons or places, as Dennis Page stressed. Further, no special pleading is here needed about scribal errors or archaic forms, except that in wilui one has to note a digama not otherwise attested for the Greek word for slime. However, to play fair with less acute readers, let me confess that Mr. Stokes, in the document DY401, started with Virgil, turned his line into Ventrisian syllables, and then extracted Greek from it.